Hi guys, it's Ray here from City Fan TV. This is my last video, part 3 in a series looking at transfers. We've already looked at transfers out, looked at transfers in, and now I'm going to look at the composition of the squad for the start of next season. I've got to be very wary of the homegrown rule. I'll repeat the homegrown rule to you guys. Basically, you're allowed a maximum of 17 non-homegrown players in your squad. I mean, you can have a squad of 25 homegrown, I think, if you want. But a homegrown player is basically someone who's been on your books for 3 years, or 36 months, or 3 seasons, by the age of 21, or in their 21st season of their 21st birthday. So someone like, for instance, Angelino, he counts as homegrown. Someone like Cesc Fabregas counts as homegrown because he was at Arsenal for the required amount of time. It sounds crazy. Someone like Eric Dyer isn't homegrown, even though he plays for England from his time abroad. So that's basically the way it works. You have to just be registered with the club for those 36 months. I'm going to include some kids, so my under 21s as well. And so yeah, just go through it and make sure I get no more than 17 non-homegrown players. Goalkeepers, I think that's, for me anyway, it's pretty easy to start with. We're going to have Ederson. We're going to get Zack, Steffen back from his loan at Fortuna Düsseldorf, and I think we'll keep Scott Carson. I don't think Scott Carson is a bad third choice keeper. He's extremely unlikely to play. He didn't play at all this season so far, and unless some massive calamity befalls Ederson and Claudio Bravo, I don't expect Scott Carson to feature at all for City this season. But I think he's, you know, I can't believe he's a lot of money to pay to keep on our books, and I just think you know, he's an easy one to have as a third choice keeper. You don't want to have a third choice keeper who's a kid. Really, I don't believe that. A kid who needs to have time, game time, who needs to move on. You know, although you could have a third choice keeper who's, you know, doesn't even go on the bench, but spends his time playing with the EDS. And he, you know, if you had a problem, he would come in. But I don't see any harm having Scott Carson. We had him this season. I don't see any harm having him next season. Let's look at my defenders. That's you know, I've got a list of everybody because there's a lot of players in my team, in my squad. So I'm going to start off with, we expect Walker to still be there, Joao Cancelo, Emerick Laporte, getting Koulibaly. I'm getting Koulibaly in. Taylor Harwood Bellis is an under 21. Garcia, he counts as an under 21 because he's under 21. Zinchenko, he's not homegrown. Obviously Ben Mendy, and I'm getting Nathan Ake. So I think with that defensive lineup, you've got your first choice pairing. I think it's going to be Koulibaly and Laporte, and then you've got centre backs, and then you've got backup of Nathan Ake and Eric Garcia. Cancelo looks like he can play both left back or right back. You got Mendy and Zinchenko who can cover left back, and Kyle Walker at right back. I think we've probably got enough cover there. We've seen Emerick Laporte's played left back for us, and even Nathan Ake, even though it's 5 years ago, he played left back for a season for Watford. Okay, engine room, midfield. Who are we going to have in midfield? In midfield, I think we've got, for his last season, we've got Fernandinho. We'll have Ilkay Gundogan, Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden, and I'm going to have Ismail Bennacer as coming in, and Tommy Doyle as another under 21. Tommy's played a little bit, you know, I think a couple of appearances, 2 or 3 appearances so far for us this season, and I think he'll get, you know, look, I'm not expecting him to play much at all next season, but I think he'll be continuing with his first team training with the big boys, and he'll be part of that squad. And lastly, but not leastly, our strikers, our attacking line. So I'm going to have, obviously we're going to keep Sergio Aguero, we're not letting him go anywhere, and obviously we've got Riyad Mahrez and Raheem Sterling. To that I'm going to add Lautaro Martinez, a non-homegrown, Ferran Torres, who actually is under 21, which is great for us. We've still got Gabby Jesus, who's a non-homegrown, and I'm going to bring in 2 kids. I'm going to bring in Jayden Braaf and Cole Palmer. Both of them very, very exciting talent, Jayden Braaf and Cole Palmer. You know, as Pep said about Braaf, he's played 1 week with the seniors. You know, don't expect too much from him too soon. But look, he's still a young kid, 17, 18 years old. But he was voted, I think, Player of the Season for the EDS, and that's under 23. So And that's really good for a 17 years old kid, but obviously there's a concern if he doesn't get game time, he'll do a Jadon Sancho and he'll be Oski. So we do need to, I think, integrate him, at least give him a chance. But obviously, Pep knows a lot more than us. Pep said he's got the, he looks like he's got a lot of skill and everything else, but he hasn't got the other attributes that the more senior players who are more experienced have got. And the only way he's going to get them is by having some game time at a senior level, Pep. So, give the kids a little bit of a run. And I expect him to be playing in things like, if we're in the Carabao Cup next season, if the top clubs are still there, then he'll play in the Carabao Cup. I expect him to have a chance in the FA Cup as well, and the odd league game here and there. But I hope that's been a fun exercise, looking at transfers in and out and looking at the squad next season. Let me know, guys. Let me know what you think. Have I missed anybody out? Are there any kids coming through that I've just totally forgotten about? Do you think Adrian Benabia deserves a chance? Do you think Ben Knight or somebody else is coming through and he's going to burst through onto the scene? Are there any other players that you want to see gone? Do you want to see Ilkay Gundogan gone? Or are there any other players that you want to see by, like Husmawa or Skriniar or Diaz? Let me know in the comment section below, guys, and we'll see you around, Blues.